Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. We're inside the office. It's raining again, so we went from can't buy rain to some pretty consistent rainfall here. We'll take it. I talked to a couple growers this morning, and we definitely don't want to complain about rain. But it is creating a few situations that we got to be aware of. Obviously, last week when we got the rain, we weren't accumulating GDUs. Things were pretty stagnant, so we weren't really getting behind. But as we look forward, now we're starting to rack up some GDUs. We're a little slow today, but looking to next week, we're looking at probably that 15 to 20 GDU accumulation per day. So that means a growth stage every 3.5, 4 days. V4 turns into V5 to V6 really quick. So be aware of what your herbicide programs are. We may have to go back and revisit those a little bit. We always try to make recommendations that give us a little bit of leeway, but definitely as we start hitting V5, V6, V7 corn, we need to make sure we're asking ourselves questions. Are we still being safe to that crop? Properly identifying our weeds, making sure we understand how big weeds are. We've got to go with a big enough hammer to kill the weeds, but we don't want to take the sledgehammer out there and start banging on our yields. So with that, reach out to us. There's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of safe options. We just want to be sure we're being careful. We have some additives with Constrain that can safeten up herbicide effects. We have the Realize and the Accrue, the enhancement treatments that are ready to be going on to help push yields in those fields where we're shooting for that higher end. So beyond to those, when we look at soybeans, same thing. Noticed a lot of soybean fields starting to get greened up. Soybeans, we don't worry about dinging them a little bit. We don't worry about the weed height competition as much, but we want to get that good weed control. So, we start getting Palmer. We've talked about this before. Palmer at 2 inches goes to 4 inches. In that period, it has twice as many growing points. So we start exponentially increasing those growing points. So then coverage becomes a big issue, and getting proper herbicide coverage with spray tips and additives to make sure we hit all those growing points. So Palmer every day gets twice as hard to kill as the day before. So don't let those bean fields just get out of control on us. We need to be on top of them. Looking forward to next week. Just a reminder, we're going to have an Ag Social, Wood River at Babel's Barn, starting about 4 o'clock. We'll talk a little bit of agronomy, but most importantly, we just want to have a social event where we can visit with you, answer your questions. We've got a couple new people on our team that we want you to meet. We'll have our aerial team there. It's a little on the front side aerial season, but those guys will be busy here soon enough as we see this crop take off. So please plan on joining us. Register ahead of time if you can. We have a special guest speaker, Troy Dannon, athletic director from Nebraska, coming in, and he'll talk about the state of Husker athletics. Should be a good time. A very relaxed atmosphere. Nobody's going to try to sell you anything or push anything. We just want it to be a little agronomic, a little social time. Hopefully we're not crazy busy. If you are, feel free to swing by towards the end of the day. But we'd like to see you all there. With that, reach out if you have any questions. Love the rain. Some of you got a lot. My dad just texted me our creek is running up at Scotia for the first time in 3 years. That's a good thing. So we'll take that. Good sign, and we'll figure out how to work around when we can get spraying, what programs we run. Talk to you next week.